Good day, another update. First up, we have Ghoul, Splatter Thrash. And Ghoul is a band that was formed in 2001 in Oakland, California, and Splatter Thrash were their third full length, released in 2006. And this one contains 12 tracks, it's 41 minutes in length. It's very tongue-in-cheek lyrics with some it's thrash metal, fun thrash metal, but still good, not silly. But it's quite silly, but they do it very well. Very aggressive and some at times, and a little bit silly, but very good songwriting, and the riffs are excellent. The vocals are great. This was released by Razorback Records in 2006. And as I said, it's quite silly. The J card. Here we have it's not a J card, but that's how they look. And the lyrics are like cartoon stuff. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but check this one out if you like thrash metal, because it's very good. And then we have Wharflurch. This is Lurking Doom, their EP from 2020, and it also contains their demo 2019, 4 tracks. And the Wharflurch released one of my favorites from last year called Psychedelic Realms of Hell. This one, this EP and demos are you can hear it's the same band, but they took I think they evolved their songwriting and riffing, and everything is just better on the full length. But this is very good also. So if you liked Psychedelic Realms of Hell, you should check out this one. It was released by Morbid Chapel Records and Rotten Tomb in 2020. And here we have the inside. So if you missed Wharflurch last year, Psychedelic Realms of Hell is a must listen. Next up, we have some Swedish death metal. This is Creeping Flesh, and then The Bombs Came. And it's a death metal band from Gothenburg, Sweden. But despite that they are from Gothenburg, this is close to both Thrower and At the Gates and In Flames and the like. And they released their debut full length Into the Meat Grind in 2019 through growth from the underground. But this one was released by Emancipation Productions in February of this year. And it contains 9 tracks, and it's around 43 minutes in length. And as I said, this is Bolt Thrower-esque death metal, slow to mid-paced. They never accelerate. It's very heavy. The production is very massive, and the sound is great. But I wish they could have just some blast beats or something, because it's very good, but it kind of gets a little bit repetitive when it's mid-paced, a little bit slower mid-paced. You just want to get your head blown off at times. But if you like a Bolt Thrower and mid-paced death metal without any speed bursts, and like riffs and massive death metal, check out And Then the Bombs Came by Creeping Flesh. And then we have some tapes. This is Mental Devastation with their album called The Delusional Mystery of the Self, Part 1. And this is a band from Chile. They were formed in 2009, and Suicide Records and Nube Negra Productions released this one in November last year. And on New Year's Eve, Blood Harvest did a world release. And this is the band's second full length. I have never heard them before, but it apparently took 8 years to release. And it contains 10 tracks. It's 42 minutes in length. And this sounds very similar to Forbidden and at times also Vio-Lence. And the production and the sound with the bass, they sound like their countrymen in Demoniac, with the bass is very audible and sometimes does its own thing, which I love. And this is very good stuff, very good riffing, and the vocals are on the Forbidden side. So it's highly recommended if you like, especially if you like Forbidden or Thrash in general. So, Mental Devastation, The Delusional Mystery of the Self, Part 1. Very looking forward to Part 2. Staying in Chile, we have Insecurity. This is Intruder of Reality. And they were formed in 2016, and this is their debut full length. And this was released the 1st of January of this year through Burning Coffin Records. This one contains 10 tracks. It's 52 minutes in length. And this is more crossover thrash with some bits and pieces from early Metallica and Testament, and also some US power metal. And at times I get a little first couple of Blind Guardian records, some acoustic interludes and stuff, and the vocals are good. They are quite clean, and there are of course some gang choruses that fits the music very well. And this is well worth checking out if you like, especially if you like 80s 90s thrash crossover stuff. And the tape is white. You have the J card with lyrics on this side and the band members on the other side. I forgot to show this one is on black, and you have also the lyrics, and also this one is a little bit, there is some nudity and I don't want to be flagged. But check out both these bands, Insecurity and Mental Devastation from Chile. And the last tape, this is The Sanctity of Death by Ultra Silvam. Ultra Silvam is from Malmö, Skåne, formed in 2015, and they released their debut full-length called The Spear Wound Salvation in 2019. It's great, and I saw them live a couple of years ago, and I'm not quite sure what they did on the stage, but the stench was almost unbearable. But their live set was great, a little bit too chaotic. You couldn't hear the great melodies. But anyway, this is their sophomore release, The Sanctity of Death, released in February through Shadow Records, and contains 8 tracks. It's around 32 minutes in length, and the production is slightly cleaner than on the Spear Wound Salvation. But it's very aggressive, quite raw, very intense black metal, but they have a real knack for melodies, and their lyrics are a mix of English and Swedish, and they have a continuation of one track from the debut called Förintelsens Andeväsen, and in Swedish, it's Swedish, and the follow-up to that is called Förintelsens Andeväsen del 2, den decidiala transubstantionens mysterium, which is Swedish, but I have no idea what the hell they mean. But this is the best black metal release I have heard this year. Black tape. Get simple J card with no lyrics. Also a sticker. But if you like black metal, you definitely should check out Ultra Silvam, the Sanctity of Death. And lastly, we have this. This is Let the World Burn by Vio-Lence. And Vio-Lence's two first records, Eternal Nightmare and Oppressing the Masses, are two of my all-time favorite records. Nothing to Gain, which was their third full-length, their final before they split up, they put out in '93. It's not that good. But 2 years ago, the band reformed, and they released a cover of California Über Alles, which was quite bad. I don't like the original, but their cover was not good. And my hopes for this EP was quite low. And the first time I listened to it, it was pretty good. But the more I spun it, the more I liked it, and I think this is very good, very good. Of course it's not an Eternal Nightmare Oppressing the masses, but it's good. And Sean Killian's vocals, they are not as high pitched because he's what is he, 30 years older, so that's yeah. But Sean Killian, Phil Demmel, Per Strickland, Bobby Gustafson from Overkill, and Christian Olde Volbers on bass guitar. It's 5 tracks, and all tracks are good, but on Screaming Always, Killian starts to he's almost rapping, and it sounds very strange. But there are gang choruses, and the riffs are good, and my favorite is the first track, Flesh from Bone. So it's very good. It's Vio-Lence, and you get big poster of the album artwork. You get a lyric insert and polyester because it's metal blade, and the record is, I don't know, it's I don't know, you can see what you like to call it. Very good. So check out Vio-Lence's new effort. And that was, I picked up the t-shirt with that was it. Thank you. Bye.